Hello. Okay, so I have pushed this video back a lot, but I'm finally gonna watch Up. I'm actually not gonna watch Up right now. I'm gonna go upstairs, unpack a little bit for 15 minutes because I've been in this house for a year and I still have boxes to unpack. It was a goal for the summer. So I'm gonna go do that real quick and then come down here and watch Up. I am going to work out while I'm watching it. Like do a little workout and a little stretch. But I am going to watch it tonight. So, fingers crossed. I feel like I'm in a good place. I think only the beginning is sad, from what I've gathered. But also, I am a sucker for an old man. Now, I do not know if that correlates to old cartoon men. But I am a sucker for old men. So, we are worried. We are scared. Will the hooligan protect me? The hooligan in question. I can't believe you're risking your life by laying on your sister's ottoman. What would she say to you? What would she say? Alright, I finished it. Also, my air conditioning is on. And I changed into my pajamas. I literally just finished it. I think I cried for at least a third of that movie. Like, the beginning was the most teary, but I cried many other times. It was a good movie. It wasn't my favorite. I will say, out of all of the ones I've watched so far, like, crying aside, like, just from, like, a story perspective, it was honestly probably my least favorite. All I watched. What if I watched The Incredibles and Cars. And I think part of it is I feel like I have a lot of questions. Like, I have a lot of logistical questions that I feel like you just have to, like, completely dismiss. I will say, at one point, I'm gonna say this is potentially a spoiler, at one point I needed to know if Carl died, so I did in fact Google it, and I saw he did not. But I saw that there's, like, this theory that the whole thing is him being dead, basically, which I think is interesting and would counteract the logistical issues that I have with it. Like, so many questions. What does Russell's mom think? How is a house being carried down to South America with helium balloons? I mean, that aside, like, let's say that's happening. How are old man and a child enough weight to hold the house down on the ground? I mean, logistically, right? How old is Carl? And also, how old is that other man? Very old. But aside from that, I felt like story-wise, like, and this is where I almost feel like a lot of this movie, I think you just have to suspend your disbelief in stuff, is, like, Russell talks about his dad, but, like, I don't know what I'm supposed to think is happening with his dad. Like, am I supposed to think his parents got divorced? Like, I don't know. And then, like, Carl never talks about Ellie with Russell, but it seems like Russell, like, understands what's going on. So, like, what is going on there? I have a lot of questions. How did we, in, like, the remote wilderness of Paradise Falls, create collars that allowed dogs to talk, cook, fly airplanes? I just have a lot of questions. I like the art. I like the music. I think some of it's original. Some of it is definitely not, which is fine. Like, some of it felt like very, like, popular classical pieces, which is nice. Obviously it emotionally got me. Fun fact, I am in fact a sucker for even cartoon old men. Like, every time he said the word Ellie, the mailbox part, that sent me. The chairs in Paradise Falls could not keep it together. I just thinking about it. makes me emotional, obviously. But yes, I just felt like there was a lot of like plotting, character development things that I feel like we're potentially missing. Now this one is shorter. I think this is the shortest one I've seen. I think the other ones were close to 2 hours. This was like 90-ish minutes, like a little over 90. And so I don't know if that's why the other ones felt like better developed. And I feel like you have more characters. Like I feel like really here all you had to really develop was Russell and Carl, versus like The Incredibles. I feel like to some extent you're developing the kids and Mr. and Mrs. Incredible. So yes, I liked it. I'm trying to think. I don't know if I've rated the other ones, but like maybe my nose is running like a faucet because of the crying. I'm gonna have such puffy eyeballs when I wake up in the morning, like eyelids when I wake up in the morning. Yes. So, but I would give it like a 3.5 being generous, a 3, I think. I'm not sure. So I don't think I would ever watch it again. Like, I feel like it's the kind of movie that like maybe like if I had kids, I would show it to them. And I wonder how kids react to this. Like, are kids less emotional about it? Probably. I guess I get why people like Kevin, Doug, and everything. But aside from even just like the crying and potentially putting myself through this again, like maybe it would get easier if you watch it multiple times. But I feel like not every movie is like that. Like, it still gets to you. I feel like this one would. I feel like this, I'm not crying because I'm, like, shocked into sadness, almost. I knew what was going to happen. I mean, I didn't know everything, but I knew what was going to happen. And I feel like that's just always going to hit me. It's like, I feel like no matter, I haven't watched The Notebook in forever, but no matter how many times I've seen The Notebook, I feel like I will always cry towards the end. Like, it's just an emotional moment no matter what. Same with like A Walk to Remember. Again, I haven't watched that movie in forever, so yes. But even the crying and like not wanting to put myself through that aside, I just like don't see myself wanting to watch this again. I found that like sometimes like my mind would kind of like wander and I'd be like, oh, I'm like a little bored. Like, I just like the actual storyline wasn't like the most engaging for me, especially compared to the other ones I've watched for this, and compared to like other Pixar films and stuff. Yes. So those are my thoughts on watching Up for the first time and maybe the last time ever in my life. Yeah, I finally did it. I guess I could stop embarrassingly telling people I've never seen it, and then I get yelled at by people because I haven't seen it. But I have always purposely avoided this movie. So, yeah, now I've watched it. It is what it is. The only other one I've been holding out on for fear of emotional is Coco, and I feel like that will not be as bad. So, and at least that one, I know the music slaps. So, at least I have that going for me going into it when we get there. But yeah, so I finally watched this. And those are my thoughts. Bye.